What a horrible day to have Ice, one of the literally only three characters that I actually hate in the entire game, ends up joining my element with a Valentine Limited, and my Valentine is completely ruined, especially when the alternative was a cute Choco Bunny in a Virgin Killer suit. She's in a rune, you know that's an open back right there. But still, can we do something about this guy? Charge attack, massive dark damage to a foe, bonus dark damage, while Disastrous Devotion is in effect, double activation. Skills, we have two linked ones, 6 hits, 10 boost to charge bars, boost to caster's triple attack rate and Oblivion Crest, with a 1 turn cooldown. Second one, 10 hit dark damage to random foes, hit to all foes multi-attack, triple dispel and heal, but consumes 10 stacks right here. Third skill, Disastrous Devotion to Dark Allies, 3 turn cap to skill cooldowns, consumes 7 shells and can't be recast. Boost to defense, damage taken is lowered, skill damage dealt is supplemented, deals dark damage upon using skills and after normal attacks, and can't be removed. At least it's one permanent buff, but it's one permanent buff that consumes 7 stacks in order to come in effect. When 1 or more crests are granted to Lobelia, he gains 1 sweet shell up to a maximum of 10, and he can take a little hit without being knocked out by consuming 3. Okay, that's not bad. Gives 1 Oblivion Crest to Dark Allies at the battle start. This might actually be quite useful for OTK, since this one enables MC to use the Manatura without requiring the use of a crest summon in the main slot. So Dark Allies skill specs based on the number of Oblivion Crests and takes effect even when Lobelia is a sub-ally. I don't know what's going on with Cygames and their focus on dark units, cause almost everything we've gotten recently has been charge attack and skill focus. Honestly, doesn't sound all that bad, looks like a fairly decent full auto unit as well, but that's mostly for slower raids, cause you're not bursting with this guy, with one exception. But once you get the Aresh, Mana Diver burst kind of dies, so... Let's see, when it comes to bonuses, there's a couple of skill damage cap nodes in here. I also picked up crit rate. If I had other points to spend, I would probably put them in defense. Looks like he's mostly a unit for slower and harder raids. Over masteries, of course, max attack, max HP, max skill cap. The other one doesn't really matter all that much. And since he does a ton of multi-hits, supplemented damage in the ethereal mastery. Awakening changes depending on content, we're going to keep him balanced for now. And when it comes to the rest of the team, of course he plays well with Mana Diver, who keeps granting Oblivion Crests, as well as Magisa and Hecate. These two perverts in the same team honestly scare me quite a bit. But yeah, we've seen these two already, they are both decent skill damage dealing units, but they are fairly slow. And I guess if you really want to use them, this is mostly for like some comfy full autos. Because if you go against really hard raids, that's where you want Fedil and Orologia. I'm thinking like 9.5, 9.6 at most. I don't think Lobelia is going to go any higher than that. But let's give him a shot. Okay, 4 shells on turn 1, and we still have to go through Hecate's turn. And that's 6. Okay, another 3 million extra damage. So turn 3 for the buff on Mana Diver, but I think if you use the other class with the Dark Opus main hand, you might be able to get the buff down on turn 1, or 2 at the latest. And just like the Earth Lobelia, the extra nuke also slows things down even further. He's so freaking hungry, you need to feed him a lot more crests than 2 dedicated crest characters. So let's go back to Onmyoji and see if anything improves. This is going to feed them a little bit more crests, so it should be a bit more of a smoother run. But that doesn't change the fact that I'm not really a big fan of this sort of team. And if I had to be completely honest, I think I would rather still run Lich in the 4th slot. Because yeah, he's at 4 stacks on turn 1. 3rd skill is still a turn 3 thing. Probably still need to run the Crest Summon as well, but at that point it becomes a bit too much effort just to try and make him work. If the 3rd skill was a normal buff, and it had like a 3 out of 5 uptime, and you could cast it every 5 turns to reduce the amount of cooldown your other units had, it wouldn't even be that bad. But it's a one-time thing, and sure, the buff is really nice, but at the same time, not a big fan. Finally, he wakes up. Turn 8, and that's still not enough. I'm just going to let this go down to the finish, see how his damage compares to the likes of Magisa and Hecate. Because he's doing a lot more charge attacks, and the extra 3 million nuke after the charge attack is actually not bad. But man... Now that's way too much clicking, that's way too many animations. It really doesn't look viable, even if his damage is high. Oh, we even got to see him survive something. For one turn. But yeah, now I wonder if the buff can stay even after he dies, maybe he could be a decent target for death. We need to find a way to feed him crests though, because 7 are quite a bit. And when it comes to harder content, I'm pretty sure you're not going to run it with Summer Magisa and Hecate. I don't remember anything about this raid, this is going to go so well. One thing that's putting me off a little bit is the fact that the Oblivion Crest is granted at the start of the turn. He only gets this stack at the end of it though. Right here. Okay, next has to be skill damage. And 40 hits. Okay, that's nice. Normals. That's 6 stacks. Yeah, turn 5 for the buff. I don't think this works. 3 more turns until death. We are basically done with the minimum honors. We still haven't even been able to death him just yet, so that's another idea out of the window. And this was fairly slow as well. I don't think I would want to run something like this. Maybe I can try and work on something for full auto, but not with this guy. Absolutely not with this guy. So one thing we can do now, get the little satisfaction of finally kicking him out of the team. And we don't really need anything else. We need normal attacks. Like, this is the only bright side, the only saving grace, that the extra 1.4 million skill damage on action still works after you kill him. But at least here in Cosmos, setting up this skill takes way too long. Oh, cool weapon. Only a little bit better than Hal and Mal in terms of damage, while for Luminera, he's basically on par with Magisa and Hecate. So yeah, nah, this is basically a flop, and honestly, kind of an insult on all fronts. Looks like Sagame is going to try and continue to chase the love and deep space audience with this one, while all I really want is to call in Mahira, let her build a rocket and send this guy into the deep space where he belongs. But I guess that's gonna be it for me for the moment. As always, thanks a lot for watching, try and have a happy Valentine, and see you guys around soon. Ciao!